Hello everybody, this is Mateo, and we are continuing on to Storm Eagle stage on Let's Play Mega Man X. Storm Eagle is a pretty easy boss. His stage is a little harder than Chill Penguin's. I just went to Chill Penguin first because he has a speed boost, which is very helpful. It's my favorite item in the game. And we got it first, so there we go. Bleh, excuse me. I was choking on absolutely nothing. That is awesome. I have a small handful of animal crackers. This is very tempting. Either way, we want to do the long jump over here to the left to grab our very first heart container. There's one in each stage, and that's where that one is. You might have noticed I called that jump the long jump. That's basically where I press... Bleh, excuse me. Bleh. Okay. That's basically where I press the dash button and then the jump button soon afterwards, and I call it the long jump. It's kind of like that. If you stand on that long enough, you will be risen up to the first sub-tank of the game. However, I want to show you a different way to do it, and this just happens to be my way. So yeah. Did I mention the animal crackers? They are very tempting. I probably should have eaten them before I started recording. They're distracting me. Either way, we can get our first sub-tank here, so hooray for that. And there's just one more item that we need to get. Usually you don't get a stage that has 3 items in it. It's usually just 2. Well, wait a minute. Where is the last? Yeah. This is one of like 3 stages that has 3 items in it, I think. And we have gotten 2 of those 3. The last one is an armor upgrade. There are a total of 8 heart tanks, 4 sub-tanks, and 4 armor upgrades in the game. Technically 5, but we'll get into that later. Down there, if you destroy those fuel canisters, you can get a 1-up if you really need it, but I don't. However, over here, you can also long jump from the walls, and that's how you get this, and then just blow it up and go in, and you get possibly the most useless armor upgrade in the game. No, it definitely is. So basically, there's this helmet thingy that will allow you to break objects with your head, and he uses power like once or twice. The second time is just to get some energy capsules, which aren't really needed. First time you actually do need it to get a better armor upgrade. But we'll get into that later. But yeah, that's all it does. And you only use that once. So, hooray for that. Either way, moving back on, that's the 3rd and final item of the stage. So now we just gotta beat the boss. Basically, there are 8 powers. Like 8 weapons. 4 armor upgrades. 4 sub-tanks. And 8 heart tanks, and the heart tanks there's one in each stage. The armor upgrades and sub-tanks are in specific stages. As I mentioned earlier, this run will be taking the quickest route through this game that I found. So basically, we will be able to get through this game with very minimal backtracking, and I hate those things. Oh well. Sub-tanks are kind of like the E-tanks in the last games, except they are rechargeable. When you get an energy capsule with full health, it'll go into the sub-tank and you can fill it up and then use it to fill up your health. It's kind of like the reserve tanks in Super Metroid, if you've played that one. That's basically how I can explain it. Either way, Storm Eagle, like, half of his attacks don't even hurt you. That was one that doesn't. He just tries to push you off the stage. Now, for that attack, I suggest zooming to the left or the right, boosting, whatever you may call it. Dashing, that's the word I was looking for. And just shoot him as he comes down. He has 2 more attacks. One of them is just to try to push you off the stage, and it's more dangerous than his wings flapping. Meh, so... snotty. Okay. This is his other attack that will damage you. He'll toss down an egg, and when it hits the ground, it will hatch into 4 birds, which will kind of home in on you. but they'll fly straight after they miss you. And his last attack is this wind thing right here, which will try to push you off, and it's a lot more dangerous just because it's faster. But that's basically Storm Eagle. His weakness is the Chameleon Sting, although we have yet to get that item. And I didn't mention it in the last one, but Chill Penguin's weakness is the Firewall, or whatever that's called. Whatever Flame Mammoth's weapon is. But either way, because of this, we get not a skipped screen. Hooray, we get the Storm Tornado, which is one of two overpowered weapons in the game. This one's more overpowered than the other one, but, you know, whatever. Next, we are moving on into, I think, Flame Mammoth stage. Yep, Flame Mammoth. So, yep. This is possibly the biggest Maverick. I mean, look at him. He kind of looks like a mouse with a giant trunk. I mean, just the ears make him look like a mouse. This is home to the third most useful armor upgrade, in my opinion. And also the most difficult to get, and a hard tank and a sub tank. So we got quite a bit of stuff to do, but they're all in the same general area. If you didn't fight Chill Penguin first and beat him, then that light blue floor right there would actually be lava, and it would hurt you. You can see it right down there. And this is the one time that I suggest using the double control pad dash, and I just happened to get it on my first try, which is amazing. And we get the X-Buster enhancement. With that, we could basically charge up all our weapons to get a super cool special attack with them, which I will most likely not be using because I find it kind of pointless. And we could also charge up our normal X-Buster to the next level, as X will now show us. So basically, when he glows purple, he will shoot the purple energy wave beam thingy. And it is pretty devastating, provided you can charge up for that long. And that's why when I'm not fighting enemies, I'm usually charging up just for when I need that. I could easily kill an enemy in my way, so I'm always charging when I'm not fighting an enemy. Okay, ow. Now if we head over to this area and get hit by this hammer or pickaxe bro, I guess. I don't know, they're basically hammer bros. Ow, guy. Get past the Met, or the hard hat, grab that life, and then you could use your boots to break these things as well. And there's our sub-tank. So as you can see, they're all in the same room, the same general area, easy to get, and you can run into another pickaxe bro. So, yay, we got all three of the items, now we just gotta take on the boss. I think they meant for you to take on this guy first, because his stage isn't very long, and he's pretty easy. I mean, you could see his stage isn't that long. All of his items were in the same general area. But the speed booster is in Chill Penguin's stage, and Chill Penguin is also pretty easy, so people generally go for him first, myself included. I think in a remake they actually moved the speed booster into Flame Mammoth stage, although I'm not completely sure on that. Although it would be kind of cool that they did, because they meant for Flame Mammoth to go first and then on to Chill Penguin. At least in the normal way of doing things. This Let's Play doesn't follow the normal path. As you can see, I went from Chill Penguin to Storm Eagle, and now Flame Mammoth. Although Flame Mammoth's weakness is the Storm Tornado, so this should go by pretty easily. Also, he is so big that he could very well get hit twice by the same Storm Tornado. So that would just kill, basically. When he jumps, you want to try to stay off the floor, because it will shake you and you will be immobilized for a couple seconds. See, we just hit him like 3 times with the same Storm Tornado. That was great. When he does his bellow thing with his trunk, like that right there, he will change the direction of the conveyor belt. He can launch fireballs with his arm cannon and shoot out sludge with his trunk. And he could hit the oil with that trunk, with that fireball, to make a giant flaming fire pit of doom on the floor. It's not actually that big or dangerous. And if you use the boomerang weapon, quick boomerang or something like that, you could actually cut off his trunk in like 3 hits. And of course we skipped that item screen, so that's 2 now. I have no idea what it's called. We'll just call it the flame wall, the firewall. But with the newly acquired firewall, we can go back to Chill Penguin stage, back to where we got the giant robot suit Megazord armor of awesomeness. Head through this tunnel and then go through a separate area that I didn't show last time. At least I don't think I had shown it. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't, but here we are. Now go over to the second igloo area, put on your firewall, and blow it up. And then we can just go to the escape unit and just leave. So that is the only bit of backtracking that we will have to do in this entire game. If there is a way to avoid backtracking altogether, please tell me. Although I'd rather go to Chill Penguin stage first because of the speed booster. Now, this might sound insane, but we're going for Launch Octopus next. And he is very difficult if you don't have his weakness or the quick boomerang, which I have neither. I don't really suggest doing this if it's your first time playing. Either this game or a Mega Man game in general. So I really don't suggest going this route at this point if this is your first time playing. But this is basically how the speed route goes. And if you don't get hit enough and you don't fail, you could very well do a speed run with this route, I think. The current record is like 38 minutes or something. Yeah, even with editing and running into seahorses 20 million times, I still get it in like, it still takes like more than an hour for me. So I don't know how he did it. Maybe if I were more willing to use items other than the X-Buster, I might be able to do it. And I love how when I mentioned that, I'm using the Storm Tornado to completely annihilate this guy. If you could die, that would be great. Hello? I don't think the flame wall would work in water. That's an interesting addition. Okay, there we go, cool. This area holds the most mini-bosses in the game. There's like 3 or 4 of them. Technically 4, but you could go with just fighting 3 of them. I will explain that when we get there. However, here's our second mini-boss. It is again the submarine thingy. For some reason you want to destroy his periscope. I have no idea what it does, but we're going to do it anyways. Also, this one is much more dangerous now because there are spikes, and spikes are still an automatic knockout. Well, not an automatic knockout, an automatic death for Mega Man, so you want to be careful with those. And energy, please, thank you. Well, there's kind of 5. Kind of. I kind of count this upcoming guy as a boss. Not really, because he's not that difficult, and he really can't fight back, but he's big and he takes a lot of hits, so I don't know what you would count him as. Either way, we can head up here. No, we can't. There's nothing there. That's later on. Here we go. If you head up here as soon as this jet turbine thingy powers up, and we can get onto this boat, and there's a giant glowing metal thingy. That means we must shoot it. And he will also launch out these grabber guys, which do pretty much absolutely nothing. I really don't see them as much of a threat. Shoot it enough, it will fall down. Look out for his little mini torpedo thingies, and you will crash through the floor. Hooray! And we're about to get the only item in this level. So, hooray. And this is the technically 4th mini-boss. You don't have to fight him, but you need to fight him for this upgrade. But then you don't have to grab the upgrade, so you could very well not have to fight him. So here we go. That guy's easily taken down by the Storm Tornado. Just do what I did and you'll be fine. Also, we're running out on time. I might not be able to fight the boss in this episode. There have been too many mini-bosses. Either way, we can now continue on forward. We're actually nearing the end here. We just have to fight another one of those giant enemy snake guys. So yeah, 4 mini-bosses. Yeah, I don't think fire works. Yep, fire doesn't work. That's cool. You could hit either his head or his tail, and either way, he'll go down really fast with the Storm Tornado like that. So, moving on now. we can head forward, and yep, this is the last section before, of course, we get hit by these guys. These guys don't even eat you. Well, they eat you, yeah, but they don't hurt you, really. And I remember these guys from my very first time. But will I survive the boss, or will I be swimming with the fishes? Find out